Hey everybody, Douglas Blair Roberts here, the Super Vader 400 and the brown skin Hewitt, coming back at you with another video cartoon intro remake review intro. This is the intro to various remade cartoon reviews and rants. For some odd reason, even though I did do this in the past, when it one of the Sonic songs I used has a copyright on it, and it's not a big deal. But if I ever when I decide to set this channel up, when I get eligible for monetization, I can't get any money from ads from the video, so that's why I'm just redoing it with two different songs that surprisingly don't have copyrights on them. This version is the same as the last one, except my clothes and stuff will be different, and of course the intro songs will be different. Instead of using what I'm made of, I will use the songs intros will be Weekend and Sonic's Back in Time. And for cartoons that do deserve a rant, or for videos that do deserve a rant, what I'm made of will be used as the outro for the various cartoons. So yeah, this is the intro to various narration. Part 1 will be narration. Second part will be season and episode webcam reviews spliced together in one video. Some of these won't go on all platforms. Yes, some of these will only go on YouTube, and some of these will only go on Facebook. So, with that being said, let's get started right now. Let's go back in time to when television and cartoons were great. everybody. It's time for my part 1 narration remake of the 1995 Street Fighter the animated series cartoon. The larger part 2 real life superhero version will be in the description box below, and that version will be webcam. This version is narration as the Douglas Blair Roberts YouTube social media personality based character. Yeah, I know in my previous reviews of Highlander, Centurions, Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, and Bionic 6, I promised to talk about cartoons that I often don't get a chance to talk about, and put the Street Fighters, the Double Dragons, and Mortal Kombat, which I know a lot about, put those aside for a while and talk about other stuff. But since I know Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Double Dragon so much, and since they're easy to get through, as each are 13 to 26 episodes each, 26 episodes each one, I decided let's quickly get these out the way first. Like I said in plenty of previous videos, the Street Fighter animated series is one of my all-time favorite action adventure cartoons in general, and I consider it one of the best video game adaptations. It was a cartoon that was awesome as a kid, still entertaining as a late teenager, early adult, and then mid to late adulthood. One of the best cartoons ever. I'm even more impressed now because the cartoon, when Street Fighter was around, when this cartoon was running, and when Street Fighter was around, the lore wasn't as strong as it was now. So I'm surprised they got this much in a 26 episode. The only issue I have is the same issue with the other two, with the other two and other video game based cartoons of the 90s, is that each one ended way too quickly. Each video game based cartoon that was out at the time still had video games coming out after, and 26 episodes is just not enough to tell the entire story. The one thing I do like about Street Fighter versus the other video games is that this series successfully, for the most part, resolved everything, and permanently defeated the bad guy in the season finale. But you know, it's Bison, so he was going to come back. He was eventually going to come back, which would have been the season 3. Yeah, I liked all of the episodes 1 through 26, except for episodes 9 and 19. These were the two weakest. That's episodes 9 of season 1 and 19 of season 2. These were the two weakest. They weren't horribly written, but they were just dull because they didn't feature. They were centered around Blanca and Vega, and they didn't feature the other Street Fighters. I would always watch these in episode 1. Episode 1 is so bad, it's actually good. The adventure begins. I would always watch these episodes. And then I would always watch the Witcher, or the Whis Watcher. I think that's his YouTube name. This guy made a bunch of video collages of all the stupid and goofy moments from various video game based cartoons, and even some superhero cartoons. And I would always watch that in the bad episodes first, but then 2012 through 14, I decided to watch the entire series in chronological order, from beginning to end, episodes 1 through 26, and I was impressed by the strong writing and strong lore this show had for a video game franchise, which at the time, the lore wasn't as strong. All they had at the time was the Street Fighter 2, the 5 Street Fighter 2 video games, and the Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2, and the spin-off titles like Final Fight and stuff, and the most recent Jean-Claude Van Damme live action film. That is all you had for a Street Fighter. That is all you had for Street Fighter lore. But this show managed to get a lot, and I consider it, this alongside the Alpha animation movie, I consider this to be the supreme best Street Fighter adaptations outside of his video game counterpart, alongside his Udon comic book and various mangas, which are the best and extremely closest, because they feature almost everything from the game, the various comic books and mangas based on Street Fighter. Those are the supreme best, but the best animated projects are the Alpha, the animation movie, and the Street Fighter animated series. So yeah, like I said, I like all the episodes, with my favorite and best being episodes 1, The Adventure Begins, the infamous and meme worthy episode, the hilarious, the medium is the message, the most memorable episode of Street Fighter the animated series, where the "this is delicious" and "yes" were created. Then you got what's after the medium is the message. Oh yeah, then the big season 1 finale, which features updated Japanese Gonzo style of animation. They went out with season one with a bang, and the plot was a bang too, with Guile and Bison, fierce enemies and rivals, teaming up to run Akuma out of town in Akuma's debut animated appearance. Then season two, which was vastly superior, a common thing with animated series back in the 90s. Season 1 was usually weak. Season 2 and the ones on were vastly superior. Season 2 was vastly superior and contains more Street Fighter lore. Part 1 was campy plots borrowed from G.I. Joe, the live action film, and the Marvel and DC animated shows of the 90s. Season 2 took more from the very awesome and revolutionary Street Fighter 2, the anime film, which I think every video game adaptation tried to in a way emulate this movie right here, Street Fighter 2, the anime film, the Street Fighter 2 Victory anime television series that was airing alongside this around the same time, and more storylines and more lore from the video games. So yeah, this episode. So yeah, favorites from this include episodes. Favorite and best include 17, the world's greatest warrior, Akuma's big return, where this time he squares off with Ryu and Ken, when he squares off with Ryu and Ken. And episode 18, So You Want to Be in Pictures, one of Fei Long's big episodes where we get really more in depth with the Ken character. Just like in the previous one, not only we get more in depth with the Ken character, we got more in depth with the Ryu character too. Then you got 21, the Flame in the Rose, Rose's return and first actual animated debut. Her first debut was the medium and the message as a cameo. This is her first debut with an actual starring episode and a role in the series. The Flame in the Rose. Then you got episodes 24, which this episode is even better than I remember it being. I just recently watched it for multiple reviews. Second to None, which focuses on Ryu and Sagat's rivalry and also features the appearance of the character Sakura. Her animated debut. 25, by my opinion, probably the greatest episode ever, the Final Fight episode, which this episode, for the most part, with the exception of the inclusion of Ryu and Ken, this episode is a straight up adaptation of the 1989 Final Fight. It looks straight off the. It looks straight off the. It looks straight off the page, straight off the game. Whatever the phrase is. This episode looks just like the video game Final Fight. And then you got 26, the big series finale. The big series finale, which features Giles and the Street Fighters battle with Bison, which was a phenomenal way to close out of Street Fighter. Yeah. Like I said, this was not only an introduction to the larger real life superhero reviews, which that will be in the description box below, but the other ones, oh yeah, I'm also bringing back the post-episode review and reactions, which I debuted with the late 2010s, early 2020s Disney Channel situation comedies and dramas, and I'm bringing that back. Then I'm also bringing back another thing I debuted in 2013 with the New Adventures of He-Man. I'm bringing back the what am I bringing back again? Oh yeah, I'm bringing back my thoughts on the series finale and endings of these various television shows. So I got a lot of videos coming, and I'm also going to be doing videos I've been trying to do for a long time. Part 1 and 2, rant on haters of this awesome cartoon, because this cartoon gets unfairly and universally bashed. I make sure on my channel this cartoon and the other 2 video game cartoons get the respect they deserve. So yeah, the links to the real life superhero version will be in the description box below, as is the previous Street Fighter versions, even though a lot of those you can find instantly on my channel, as they were some of the most popular versions. So yeah, with that being said, you don't want to hear the rest of the music, turn the video off right now.